Welcome you all for Fluid Power System Module 3 Control Components and Hydraulic Circuit Design. This is lecture 1. Disclaimer: this PPT has been prepared by referring many sources, which includes figures, diagrams from internet as well as from prescribed text and reference books. I do not claim any originality in preparing this PPT or video. This PPT or video is exclusively for the purpose of education and not for any financial gains. I wholeheartedly thank all those who have directly or indirectly contributed to do this PPT or video. Thank you everyone who are helped me to prepare this PPT and video. Syllabus, this is for module 3. Here mainly two parts. One is control components and second part is hydraulic circuit design. In first part, control components, it covers almost all the types of control valves, classification of control valves. Here direction control valves, pressure control valves and flow control valves will be covered. And in second part, hydraulic circuit design, here several circuit designs are given for different applications using single acting cylinders, double acting cylinders, some different kinds of valves like counterbalance valves, then sequencing valves, check valves. So these are all covered in the hydraulic circuit design. Okay. Next we will move on to the syllabus of this third module. Starts from control components. See, control components are also called as control valves. One of the most important considerations in any fluid power system is control. Okay, if control components are not properly selected, the entire system will not function as required. In fluid power, these controlling elements are also called as control valves, and hydraulic valves are used to control pressure, flow and direction of the fluid in hydraulic circuits. Okay. The control of hydraulic power in hydraulic power systems is carried out by means of control valves. The control requirements are imposed by the function of the system. The parameters of the mechanical power delivered to the load are managed hydraulically by controlling the direction, pressure and flow rate. It is important to know the primary function and operation of the various types of control components. Okay. This type of knowledge is not only required for a good functioning system, but it is also leads to a discovery of innovative ways to improve a fluid power system for a given applications. And here the control components, it is one of the most important considerations. And now we'll move on to classification of control valves. Here mainly based on function of hydraulic fluid. Here mainly three classifications: direction control valves, short form is DCV; pressure control valves, short form is PCV; flow control valves, short form is FCV. Direction control valves. As the name implies, direction control valves are used to control the direction of flow in a hydraulic circuit or hydraulic system. They are used to extend, retract, or reciprocate hydraulic cylinder and other components for a linear motion. Valves contains ports that are external openings for fluid to enter and leave via connecting pipelines. The number of ports on a direction control valve is usually identified by the term way or port. For example, a valve with four ports is named as four-way valves. When the valve consists of four ports or four flow paths, that is also called as four ways. Okay. Here the main function of direction control valve is control the direction of fluid in a desired path. Direction control valve, here it gives some it gives some applications like to start, stop, accelerate, deaccelerate and change the direction of motion of a hydraulic actuator, to permit the free flow from the pump to the reservoir at low pressure when the pump's delivery is not required into the system. And last one, to vent the relief valve by either electrical or mechanical control. Classification of direction control valves. Here, direction control valves are classified mainly based on several factors. They are, first one, based on construction. According to the construction, here are three types: check valves, shuttle valves, spool valves. And second one, based on number of ports or number of flow paths or number of ways. Here are three types: two-way valves or two ports valves, three-way valves or three ports valves, four-way valves or four ports valves. Next is based on mode of actuation. Here I have mentioned only four types: manually operated or manually actuated valve. In this case, the valve is actuated by a manpower or manually. Such valves are called a manual operated or manually actuated valves. And second is mechanically operated valves. These valves are operated mechanically. And solenoid operated valves. These valves are actuated by solenoids. Pilot operated valves. Here the valves are operated by some pilot signals. Hence the name pilot operated valves. Based on construction, first type is check valves. Okay, it is simplest direction control valve, that is check valve. Check valve allows the flow in one direction but blocks the flow in opposite direction. It is a two-way valve because it contains two ports or two flow paths. Look at the construction of the check valve. Here is the inlet. Look at this, the direction. Here is the inlet, and the puppet is made like a ball, and because of this spring expansion, the ball is seated on its valve seat, and this is outlet. Here this is the valve body. This one is the valve body. This is the spring, and this is the ball puppet, and this is inlet. This is outlet. This is the construction of this check valve. In this valve, the spring holds the ball against the valve seat. Flow coming into the inlet pushes off the seat against the force of the spring and continues to the outlet. A very low pressure is required to keep the valve open in this direction. If the flow tries to enter from the opposite direction, the pressure pushes the ball against the seat and the flow cannot pass through. Once suppose any flow happening from the opposite direction, the flow happening from this direction, here this flow pushes the ball to its seat. So when this ball puppet comes on seated on its seat, there is no flow. So here the opposite direction flow is blocked. So hence it is only unidirection valve. Look at this. This is the graphical representation of check valve. In this diagram, look at this, a free flow direction. From left towards a right, there is a free flow direction. The direction of flow of fluid is like this in this diagram, and the opposite direction flow is blocked, or there is no flow from right towards left. Okay. Look at the animation. Here this is one of the animations, and here the ball travels, the flow travels like this. This liquid pushes the ball against the spring force. The flow will move like this. The flow will move like this towards outlet. This is the working or operation of the check valve. This is here the puppet is in the form of a circle shape or a ball shape. It is a ball type puppet valve. Okay. The main function is, first one, to allow the free flow in one direction, and second one is to prevent the flow in the opposite direction or other direction, since they block the reverse flow of the fluid. Hence it is also called as a non-return valve or unidirection valve. Here you can see the operation of the ball type check valve. See, here this is the diagram number 1. I will show you. This is the diagram number 1. Here the flow exists, and here diagram number 2, there is no flow. Means, look at here, this is the inlet, and this is the outlet. In this case, what will happen? The pressurized liquid comes and acts on this ball puppet. The ball is moved out of its seat against the spring force. Look at the diagram, and the flow is moving like this towards outlet. The fluid move like this towards outlet, and this is happening in the first diagram. In second diagram, see, from outlet, if the flow is occurs, here this flow pushes the ball to pushes the ball, and the ball comes and seated on its seat. So here there is no flow occurred. Towards the inlet. So here there is no flow or there is no flow means it blocks the flow in opposite direction. This is the concept of a ball type check valve or a puppet type check valve. So here in the check valve, the puppets are made in a different kind of designs. In this structure, you can see here the puppet is like a ball or a circle shape. You can see here in this case you can see first one is a disc type puppet. You can see here disc type puppet, and here is a cone type puppet, and here you can see this one in the previous case just like a circle or ball type, and this one is wedge type design. This is wedge shape, here wedge shape. So here these are the different types of designs of puppets. In this case, look at here, this is the inlet, and this is the outlet. See, during the flow, the pressure of the liquid acts on this wedge shape. Here the wedge is moving upward against the spring force, and the passage opens for the flow, and the flow goes like this. It flow like this. Okay, and it uh, doesn't make a flow from the opposite direction. Okay. Second type of direction control valve based on construction. Here shuttle valve. Look at the construction. In this case there is a uh, two inlets and one outlet, means two inputs and one output. You can see in this construction in the shuttle valve. Shuttle valve is also a typical direction control valve. It is also called as a double check valve and are used when the control is required from more than one power source. Okay. Here shuttle valve allows two alternate flow sources to be connected to one branch circuit. The valve has two inlets, P1 and P2, and one outlet, that is A. Outlet A receives flow from whichever inlet is at high pressure. Figure shows, see, look at the figure A. In this case, P1 is greater than P2. In this case, what will happen? The operation of a shuttle valve, if the pressure at P1 is greater than at P2, the ball slides to the right. The ball slides towards the right and allows the P1 to send the flow towards outlet A. And when we see the second diagram B, in this case P2 greater than P1. What it indicates means, if the pressure at P2 is greater than at P1, the ball slides to the left. The ball slides to the left and connects P2 to outlet A. P2 supplies flow towards outlet A. This is the representation of shuttle valve. Here three columns, P1 and P2. These two are the inputs and output is A. When P1, this is the truth table, P1 here 1 0, there is a output, 0 1, there is a output. From both inputs are there, 1 1, there is a output. And when there is no output from both sides, when there is no inputs, so there is no output. And this is the graphical representation of the shuttle valve. Okay. Spool valves. Spool valves may be either sliding type of spool or rotary type of spool. Now we will move on to sliding type of spool valves. Here the sliding type spool valve consists of a spool inside a valve casing. Opening and closing of the ports or flow paths is provided in the casing by actuating the spool by an external forces. Okay. Whether it is mechanically operated or manually operated or solenoid operated or any combination of electrical and hydraulic or electrical and pneumatic operated forces. Look at this. This is the construction of a sliding spool valve. It is the simplest type of a sliding spool valve, and this spool type comes under direction control valve. It is also its working is like a check valve. It is a two-way valve because it contains two ports. These valves are also called as on-off valves because they allow the fluid flow in only one direction and the valve is normally closed. Two-way valves are available as normally opened and normally closed valves. In this diagram you are seeing normally closed valve. Normally closed valve means, see in the initial position, look at this, the valve is closed. In the diagram A, the valve is closed. In the initial position, the valve is closed. To open the flow path, to connect the flow path, the valve is actuated by some external forces. Okay, so here you can see, look at this, the first diagram. Here the flow from the P means from the pump. Port P means from the pump and A means towards the point A, actuator port. Okay. Here there is no flow occurs. There is no flow occurs and this condition is satisfied. And here because of this mechanical force or some external force, the flow is connected from the pump towards the actuator. See, look at this, the spool is moving like this because of this this lever is actuated by some external force and the spool is moved against spring force. Look at this, the spring gets compressed, the spool is moved and the flow is connected from P to A and this condition is satisfied here. Look at the animation of the sliding spool valve. In this case, the valve is actuated through push button. The push button is actuated through some external force. Either it is manually operated or mechanically operated. Look at the operation. Now it is completely blocked. Now the flow connects from port P towards A. Next is a rotary type spool valve. Rotary type spool valve consists of a spool inside the valve casing and opening and closing of the ports is provided in the casing by actuating the rotary spool by an external force. Here there is a spool is made up of a circular shape. Look at the diagram. In this diagram represents 4/3 way valve. 4/3 means this valve mainly consists of 4 ports. Port P, port A, port R, port B. Port P means for pump, ports A and B for actuators, port R means reservoir or tank, and 3 means here 3 positions. 3 positions are there. You can see to it here. Position number 1, position number 2 and position number 3, position number 3. Hence it is a 4 by 3 wall. What will happen in these cases? Look into this. See, in first one, here also there is a P, there is a reservoir or a tank, and here is the A. These points are not changes. For all three cases, the symbols and representations are look like this in all three positions. The P comes in the same place, and R comes some same place, and B is also same place, and here A. Okay. See, look at this. What will happen? In the first position, what will happen? The P connected B, P connected B, and A connected R, A connected R. Look at these three diagrams. Where is P connected B and A connected R? P connected B and A connected R. This is happening in the which diagram? Look at this. PBRA. Look at this in the second diagram. So P is connected to B like this, and A is connected like this. This is satisfied this condition. And second condition, second one, see here there is no flow occurs, there is no flow. So almost all four valves are cut off. So this is happens in the Venus diagram. Look into these three diagrams. Here the third diagram. See, there is no flow between P to A or P to B. The entire four ports are blocked. This one is conditions. This condition is satisfied here. And third part is, our third position is P is connected A and B is connected reservoir. Look at this. P is connected like this. P is connected A and B is connected R. This one is satisfied here. So all three conditions satisfied. It is 4 by 3 rotary type spool valve. Compared to the previous diagram, you can understand the concepts, how it is connected or how it is not connected. You can see by very good picture representation here. Here see, there are two diagrams in this slide. First is 3 by 2 valve and second is 4 by 3 valve. 3 by 2 valve means here 3 ports are present and 2 positions are present. First case, what will happen? Look into this. As in the first position is this one, second position is this one. Here 3 ports, port P, port T means tank or reservoir, and port A. Okay. See, in this case what will happen? In the first case, P is blocked, actuator port A is connected to reservoir. Look at this. This is the P port. This is the P port. It is not connected anywhere. It is not connected anywhere. So look at the direction of flow. A is connected T. A is connected T. A is connected T. And here in the second position, this tank is not connected to anywhere. This tank is not connected to anywhere. Look at this. The tank is not connected to anywhere. And here the P connected A. Here is the point A or actuator port A here. The P is connected like this. This is happening in the first diagram. And here one more position they have mentioned for analysis purpose. Here P is blocked, tank is blocked, and actuator port A is blocked. Look at this. There is no connection. There is no connection. Connection. Here also there is no connection. There is no connection. And tank also there is no connection. Why? Because the connection, actually this one is here. When it is connected to P to A or P to T or A to T, so it is here, so the valve is not connected between or P to A or A to T. And we'll move on to second diagram. Here 4 by 3 valve, here 4 ports are present and 3 positions, and keep on remembering wherever 3 ports are present, and it is useful for single acting cylinders or single acting actuator, and when 4 ports are present it is required for double acting cylinders. In single acting cylinder only one port is present, that is A port, and in double acting cylinder two ports are present, A and B, one for inlet, one for outlet. During extension A acts as inlet, B acts as outlet. During retraction B acts as inlet, A acts as outlet. Okay, see, look at this. This one is already this concept is finished in the previous diagram. I will go for again here. First one, here P connected A and B connected T. Look at the diagram. P connected A, pressure flow connected A, and B connected T. What it indicates? This is extension position. This is extension. The cylinder is extending. And his second position is neutral. There is no flow between P to A and B to T. This condition is satisfied here. This condition is satisfied. And third is P is connected B and A is connected T. P is connected B, P is connected B, and A is connected T. What it indicates in this diagram? It indicates a retracted position. This diagram indicates retracted position. So in this slide we discussed about 3 by 2 valve and 4 by 3 valve. A difference between poppet valves and spool valves. You just discussed about check valves. In this check valves, the poppets are made up of different designs like ball type or wedge type, some disc type, okay, and spool type. Here spools also two types of spools, sliding spool and rotary spool. So now we will move on to the comparison or a difference between them. Here this table tells the difference between the poppet valves and spool valves. Table number 1, the left column indicates poppet valves and right column indicates spool valves. Now I will go for comparison. First point, in case of poppet valves, they have a larger internal surface area and higher flow rate. In case of spool valves, they have smaller internal area and a lower flow rate. And second difference, second difference in case of poppet valves are unbalanced. In case of spool valves are balanced. Third difference, higher actuating force is required due to the spring. In case of spool valves, lower actuating forces are required. In case of poppet valves, seal wear is less, and in case of spool valves, seal wear is more. In case of poppet valves, they are inexpensive. In case of spool valves, they are expensive. And one more difference can be seen. In case of poppet valves, back pressure can open the valve if the supply pressure is removed. Hence, poppet valves are not a good choice for holding pressure downstream. When we go for a spool valves, can be used to lock a pressure downstream. That is the main comparison between poppet valve and spool valve. Thank you.